Have you ever had that unsettling feeling that something is off in your relationship? Maybe subtle changes in behavior, a sudden disinterest, or even new secrets around technology. Infidelity can be a tough subject, but understanding the signs and knowing how to address your concerns can make all the difference. In this video, I will share wisdom gained over years of observing relationships, offering you practical advice on how to approach these delicate situations with empathy and strength. Watch until the end to learn how to rebuild trust, communicate openly, and protect your emotional well-being in the process. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Your support means a lot, so if you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up to help spread our message. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. Today, we are going to delve into a topic that is both sensitive and incredibly important: infidelity. This is a harsh reality that, unfortunately, touches the lives and hearts of far too many people. Over the years, I have seen firsthand the deep wounds that infidelity can leave behind. It creates a ripple effect of pain and distrust that can be hard to heal from. Yet, I've also witnessed how confronting these situations with wisdom, patience, and understanding can lead to profound personal growth and clarity. It's important to know that my intention today is not to place blame, make accusations, or create fear in your heart. Instead, I want to offer compassionate perspectives and heartfelt advice for anyone grappling with suspicions or insecurities in their relationships. From my experience, some signs can suggest all might not be well in a relationship. These signs don't necessarily confirm infidelity, but they can be indicators that something is worth addressing. And that's what we're going to talk about today: how to approach these concerns with openness, respect, and a genuine desire for truth. Trust is the bedrock of any loving relationship, and once that trust is shaken, it can feel like the entire foundation is crumbling. But here's the thing: with the right mindset and approach, you can rebuild, strengthen, and even grow from these challenges. So, I invite you to join me on this journey of discovery and understanding. Together, we will explore how to maintain that essential trust, how to communicate more effectively with your partner, and how to fortify your relationship even in the face of adversity. Relationships are far from perfect, and love is often tested in ways we never expected, but it's in honesty, mutual respect, and a sincere desire to understand one another that we find the keys to creating a healthier and more love-filled connection. Now, let's dive into the heart of this conversation, recognizing the warning signs that may indicate the presence of infidelity in a relationship. Over the years, through my personal experiences and from observing the relationships of those close to me, I have identified certain patterns of behavior that may be telling us something isn't quite right. These signs, though subtle at times, can speak volumes if we learn to listen. One such sign is a noticeable and sudden change in behavior. This shift can show up in many ways. For instance, a partner who was once open and communicative may suddenly become distant and secretive. This was something a close friend of mine went through. Her partner, who had always been attentive and loving, started pulling away without any clear reason. This shift in their dynamic was one of the first red flags in her relationship, and it set off a series of events that she couldn't have imagined. Another red flag might be a sudden, almost out-of-character interest in personal appearance. I once knew someone whose husband had never been overly concerned about his wardrobe or fitness routine. But out of nowhere, he started buying new clothes and spending countless hours at the gym. While self-care is, of course, important, drastic changes in these habits can sometimes point to something deeper, perhaps an effort to impress someone else. Protectiveness over electronic devices is yet another sign to watch for. In today's world, our phones and computers are our windows into our most personal thoughts and interactions. If a partner suddenly starts changing passwords, keeps their phone glued to them at all times, or becomes visibly nervous when certain messages come through, it can raise suspicion. I recall a story of a husband who suddenly began taking his phone with him everywhere, even to the bathroom, something he had never done before. His wife's intuition told her that something was off, and unfortunately, she was right. Finally, a decrease in intimacy, whether physical or emotional, can be a cause for concern. A partner who was once affectionate and present but is now distant and disengaged may be struggling with internal conflicts or feelings of guilt. It's not just about the physical side of the relationship. Emotional connection is just as critical. When that bond begins to fade, it may be a signal that something deeper is happening. It's essential to understand that these signs, while concerning, don't automatically confirm infidelity. They could just as easily point to other issues in the relationship or even personal struggles your partner may be facing. For this reason, it's so important to approach any concerns with a sensitive and open mindset. Jumping to conclusions can be harmful. Instead, fostering a dialogue that is rooted in understanding and patience is key to uncovering the truth, whatever that truth may be. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Throughout my long life, I've learned that the pillars of any strong relationship are communication and honesty. If you find yourself noticing these signs, the most crucial step is to initiate an open and honest conversation with your partner. Listening to one another in a non-judgmental way can reveal profound truths about your relationship and help you understand one another on a deeper level. Yes, sometimes what you discover might be painful, but confronting these issues with courage and a commitment to honesty is the only way to foster growth and ensure the long-term health of your relationship. Navigating delicate issues, especially those related to suspicions of infidelity, requires a thoughtful and considerate approach. Open communication is critical, but there are ways to have these difficult conversations that promote mutual understanding rather than conflict. The goal should always be to protect the relationship while maintaining respect for both parties. To begin with, it's crucial to choose the right time and place for such a conversation. Don't attempt to discuss serious concerns in a rushed or stressful setting. Instead, find a moment when you're both calm, without distractions, and have the time to focus on each other fully. A private and peaceful environment can make all the difference in creating a space for honest dialogue. When you start the conversation, remember that how you express your concerns is just as important as the concerns themselves. Rather than pointing fingers or placing blame, speak from your perspective. Using statements like, "I feel," or "I've noticed," can keep the conversation centered on your experiences and emotions, rather than making your partner feel attacked. This approach encourages openness and minimizes the chance of triggering a defensive reaction. Another critical aspect is active listening. Truly listening to your partner goes beyond just hearing their words. It involves trying to understand their feelings and the reasons behind their behavior. Don't interrupt, and ask questions that show you genuinely want to understand their side of the story. Active listening can provide insight into things you might not have considered, and it shows your partner that you value their perspective. Be prepared for emotions to run high during this discussion. Conversations about infidelity or trust issues can evoke powerful emotions like fear, anger, sadness, or frustration. It's important to allow space for these feelings, to acknowledge them, both in yourself and your partner. Sometimes, showing vulnerability during these moments can strengthen the emotional connection between you. In my experience, a problem-solving mindset can be extremely helpful. Instead of focusing on what's gone wrong in the past, think about how you can move forward together. Discuss ways to rebuild trust and strengthen your relationship. This could involve setting new agreements about communication, seeking couples counseling, or making small changes to your daily routine to reinforce your commitment to one another. The focus should always be on growth, healing, and moving forward. Above all, honesty and respect are the cornerstones of any relationship worth fighting for. While the truth can sometimes be painful, it's the foundation on which a solid and enduring relationship can be built. Remember, during these conversations, respect is not just about the health of your relationship, it's also about preserving your dignity and self-respect. Dealing with suspicions of infidelity is never easy. But with a thoughtful and respectful approach, these challenging conversations can be an important step toward clarity. Hopefully, they will lead you toward a stronger, more honest relationship. In these moments, reflecting on the value of trust and the importance of self-care is crucial. Relationships are built on trust, and without it, love can easily falter, no matter how deep the connection. Trust takes time to build and is maintained through consistent actions, truthful communication, and mutual openness. It's a delicate balance, where both partners need to feel safe enough to be vulnerable, knowing that their trust will be honored. Trust is indeed fragile, and once it's broken, rebuilding it can feel like an insurmountable challenge. From what I've observed in life, one of the key ingredients in maintaining trust is to never take your partner for granted. This involves making a conscious effort to appreciate their presence in your life every day, recognizing the little things they do, and expressing gratitude for their contributions. We often forget that relationships are nurtured through consistent acts of appreciation and by keeping the channels of communication open. Taking time to check in emotionally, sharing thoughts, and showing love in small ways can fortify trust over time, ensuring that it grows stronger day by day. On the flip side, self-care and self-esteem are vital, especially during turbulent times in a relationship. When dealing with the heartbreak and confusion that often accompany issues of infidelity, it's all too easy to spiral into self-doubt. You might find yourself questioning your worth, wondering if somehow you were to blame. But it's crucial to remember that your value as a person isn't defined by the state of your relationship. Your worth isn't tied to how someone else treats you. Taking care of yourself during these challenging moments is more than just important, it's essential. Self-care means giving yourself the attention and love you deserve. It means making time to nourish your emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being, no matter what is happening around you. Whether it's engaging in hobbies that bring you joy, spending quality time with loved ones, exercising to release stress, meditating to center yourself, or seeking professional support through therapy, these acts of self-care will keep you grounded. Through my own experiences, I've come to understand that self-care isn't a selfish act. On the contrary, it's an act of strength and resilience. When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to handle life's difficulties and contribute to your relationships in a healthier, more positive way. By maintaining a strong sense of self-worth, you're able to set boundaries, communicate more effectively, and make decisions that align with your values and needs. In relationships where infidelity is a concern, self-care and self-esteem become even more critical. They can be the difference between losing yourself in the storm of emotions and finding the clarity and strength to navigate through it. Whether you choose to rebuild your relationship or make the tough decision to move on, self-care will serve as the emotional backbone that helps you through that journey. It's also important to acknowledge when a relationship is no longer serving your well-being. Sometimes, holding on to something that continually erodes your trust and self-worth can do more harm than good. Recognizing these situations, and finding the courage to let go when necessary, is a vital part of self-care. It's not about giving up, it's about protecting your own mental and emotional health. For anyone facing difficulties in their relationships, I want to remind you that you don't have to go through it alone. Seek support from those who care about you, whether it's friends, family, or a counselor. They can offer perspective, comfort, and guidance during tough times. Above all, remember to keep taking care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. You are deserving of love, kindness, and respect, and that starts with how you treat yourself. As we come to the end of this video, I hope that the insights and advice shared have given you a new perspective on how to approach the delicate subject of infidelity and relationships. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned from this discussion so far? Take a moment to reflect and comment below on one thing you've learned that you will bring into practice in your life. Remember, self-care, communication, and trust are key pillars of any healthy relationship. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content. Your support means the world to us.